And the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with...